Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. So we are at the band H_A to the band. And we are glad to be here. We are going to be your entertainment for the night. So count yourselves as very lucky. At the band H_A to the band.
Walisema mapenzi ni kikohozi, hawakukosea, mapenzi hayafichiki. Nami baby niko hapa nasaka riziki, natafuta sukuma wiki. I'm love for big. Hey, naogopa mapenzi.
Can we make some noise for Heart the Band, please, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. Right, we're going to start the ceremony in about 3 minutes. So sit back, relax, and get ready. If you won, you'll know very soon. And if you lost, you'll know very soon as well.
So for tonight, please be ready to celebrate with us. Allow me to start by recognizing the presence of Professor Colette Suda from the Ministry of Energy. We also have, yes, please clap as I mentioned the VIPs. We need energy in the room. We also have the PS of Energy, Engineer Joseph Njoroge. Please clap for him. We have Mr. Pavel Oimeke, who is the Director General of the Energy Regulatory Commission and the Chair of the EMA Advisory Council. Let's welcome him with a clap, please. We also have Dr. Ken Tarus, the MD and CEO of Kenya Power. Welcome, Mr. Tarus. We have also with us Engineer Collins Juma. He's the CEO of the Nuclear Board. And before you finish clapping, I'll also announce that from today, he's also the president of the Institution of Engineers Kenya from the elections they held yesterday. So you'll be the first ones to congratulate him. We also have Kenya Pipeline represented here. Thank you very much, the representative. We have other heads of government agencies. We have government officials. We have the technical committee, members of the technical committee present. Thank you. Any of the judges with us, please wave. Thank you so much for all the work you put in. The advisory council members, we have the chair and we also have Mr. Arun Devani and other members. We have foreign missions present. Allow me to recognize especially Danida, AFD, GIZ, TIMEA, DFID, and others who've been very instrumental in this work on energy efficiency. The Kenya Association of Manufacturers Chair, Flora Mtai, is here with us. The Board of Directors, all the business leaders present, all the Kenya Association of Manufacturers members, the Secretariat, and all of you, again, thank you so much for coming. I really want to take this opportunity to welcome you today to the 14th Energy Management Awards ceremony. Today we are celebrating the 67 companies that completed the tool and participated. More of you showed interest, but these are the ones who made it all the way through and completed the tool. Over the years, the efforts in energy conservation by industry and the services sector are paying dividends, as evidenced by the savings reported in the last 14 years. And we've been looking at how much we have saved because of these awards and this initiative. And cumulatively, we have saved 13 billion Kenya shillings. I think we all deserve a clap because that money can go into making us more competitive and doing more for our economy. All this has been achieved through the implementation of energy audit recommendations in the over 1,200 energy audits that have been carried out. And out of these, 800 of them have been conducted by the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, supported by both Danida and the Ministry of Energy, and 400 have been conducted by other individual initiatives. In line with the SDG 7, that seeks to ensure access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable and modern energy, the Energy Management Awards has also been able to abate 183,473.2 tons of carbon dioxide in 2017 through both energy efficiency and renewable energy projects implementation. That's as per the calculation by the Center for Energy Efficiency and Conservation team. So what improvements do we see? This year we've noted a lot of improvements in the quality of data each of the participants has submitted. We've also seen an increased level of commitment from all of you when we visit your farms to assess, and these verification visits have gone very smoothly because of the cooperation you have given. I think for us it's a clear indication that you have now internalized the process and that things can only get better going forward. So as we go forward, as the Association of Manufacturers and the Advisory Council, we are focusing on increasing the benefits for all of you participants. And this is to have benefits more than just compliance. I know we do the audits to ensure we comply with Engineer Imeke's regulations, but we want to go beyond that. Some of the improvements you're going to see next year is, number one, the digitizing of the EMA assessment tool. Currently, we are doing this manually, but we really want to move into an online database, and each participant will be able to put in their data into the database, and that way it will be easier for you to manage that data and even keep updating it through the year where necessary. Then you don't have to wait for the end of the year to update the tool. The process I mentioned will also facilitate in assessing other awards like the Sustained High Performance Award that requires data records for longer periods than stipulated in the tool. We are also looking in partnership with the Ministry and ERC to identify products made in an energy efficient way and give them a distinguishing label as green products. This is aimed at expanding their markets both locally and internationally. Allow me therefore to recognize all the efforts that have been made by the licensed energy auditors who have been carrying out these energy audits. I also want to recognize the efforts made by the technical committee who work tirelessly in assisting participants to go through the assessment tools. They make the verification visits to each of the 67 facilities that completed the tool. The judges committee, I also want to recognize you for assessing the whole process and making the excellent recommendations on how we can improve the cycle, and these were received by the advisory council. For the advisory council, thank you very much for giving fair and objective oversight of the development of EMA, including reviewing all the work that has been done by the other committees. Before I conclude, allow me to take this opportunity to thank all the sponsors. Someone else will name all of you at the end, but thank you all our partners, all the participants, and in advance, I want to congratulate all the winners for winning. And for me, all of you are winners, because as long as you participated in this, it shows your commitment towards energy efficiency. I also want to give a special appreciation to the government, especially the Ministry of Energy and all its parastatals represented here. Please give them a loud round of applause. This event would not have been possible without your continued support. I encourage the government institutions and state corporations and private enterprises to participate in the future awards. I'll close by sharing a saying by Wangari Maathai, our very own Nobel laureate. She said that the generation that destroys the environment is not the generation that pays the price. That's the problem. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children. So I think as we continue to work on resource efficiency, let's keep doing this and strive to live a better tomorrow for our children. Thank you very much. And I look forward to having a very entertaining evening with all of you. Thank you. At this point, allow me to hand over back to Farid, who will welcome the next guest. Thank you.
Wait. You said that you have to stand next to the person and tell them how lovely they look, so you look really lovely. You're very welcome. There we go. Good. I got that out of the way. A couple of other just recognitions here. Rebecca Miano, the first ever female CEO of Kengen, is here. A big round of applause, please. And the general manager for infrastructure from the Kenya Pipeline Company, engineer Derek Okora, is here representing the MD. A big round of applause for Derek, please. I do have a bit of housekeeping to do. If you do need to use the restroom, it's out here to my left. Please turn the mobile phones off, ladies and gentlemen, or at least on silent as we begin tonight's ceremony and get into the awards. And with that in mind, I'd now like to invite up Ms. Flora Mutahi, the chair of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. And I want you to make some noise now. Let's hear that energy in the room. Come on, make some noise. Thank you very much.
I'd like to welcome Coletta Suda, CAS, Ministry of Energy, Principal Secretary, a good friend of KAM, Engineer Joroge, Mr. Tarus, another good friend of KAM, MD Kenya Power, Rebecca Meano, a First Lady MD of Kengen, Pavel Omeke, CEO of ERC, Collins Juma, MD Kenya Energy Nuclear Board, representative of Kenya Pipeline, members of the diplomatic corps present, our distinguished members. Actually, tonight is your night. A big good evening to you. I take this opportunity to welcome you all here tonight to our 14th EMA Management Award. It's been a signature event for KAM, and since 2007, today I found myself actually reminiscing on this journey when I was coming. It started with a small event. In fact, we were remembering with Engineer Joroge, with a small award ceremony at the Intercon. We have grown in number. I think we started with less than 100 guests. We have grown in number. Last year, if you remember, we were out there. And this year, we are having to put a dome. The way I see this growth is that next year, we'll be putting 2 domes. So thank you very much for those who have actually walked the journey with us. You know how difficult, well, not difficult actually. I think it's been challenging, but rewarding. And for those who have joined us for the very first time, good evening. Good decision. And I'm sure you will not regret. Karibu to you. Our main objective with EMA has been to provide and recognize and drive energy efficiency and conservation with a view to conserve the environment and manage energy costs as the nation embraces the journey on green growth. Sometimes it's very easy to take for granted energy, something we use every day. But there are some pretty amazing facts that I was just looking at and stories behind energy. For example, did you know that an estimated 50 trillion watts of power are being used across the planet at any one time? Did you also know that the energy it takes to conduct 10 searches on Google could power a 60-watt light bulb? And you can imagine how many of us are on Google. In fact, these days it's always just Google it. And to actually to power the search engine Google, you need the energy used to power the search engine Google could actually power 200,000 homes. Did you also know that the universe is projected to continue consumption of 2% more energy year on year, unless some countermeasures are drawn and put into practice? In fact, we consume more energy than we discover, which simply means oil reserves are declining every day. Transportation, too, is under threat. Vehicles run on fuel, there's a depletion of the fossil fuels. It will mean no gasoline or power to run engines or the equipment we have in our offices. Improvements in the worldwide standards of living means higher energy consumption. How will this become accomplished in the face of shortages and environmental demand? Water. The 2/3 of the water, which covers 2/3 of the Earth's surface, is critical to the future sustenance of life. We require massive amounts of water for hydropower plants to generate energy. The more energy is conserved, the less less amount of water is needed for this process. Finally, I think, another interesting thing is we owe it to the future generation not to leave this place worse off than we found it. You heard the quote by Wangari Maathai. We have to be responsible citizens and actually minimize global warming and by conserving energy in the Earth's sun rays. So the solution, of course, to all these issues is driving efficiency, conservation of energy, and seeking alternatives to ensure the resources that we need till the end of time. In 2014, a report on Africa Energy Outlook by the International Energy Agency noted that most parts of Africa, except the north, accounted for almost 30% of global oil and gas discoveries within 5 years running into 2015. This report further noted that for the region to realize its economic and social development, it is crucial that we increase access to modern forms of energy. Kenya, proudly, is one of the countries in Africa that has shown leadership in embracing renewable energy and dedicated sustainable resources towards sustainable energy solutions. We are the first country in Africa to produce geothermal power at 200 megawatts and a notable solar energy producer as well. We have the aptitude to lead in energy efficiency through sustainable approaches such as recycling and reuse also of our waste. According to a 2017 research titled, a paper titled Shocks Affecting Electricity Prices in Kenya, a fractional integration study, there were also major attempts to diversify Kenya's sources of electricity, especially on wind thermal sources, which are expected to provide as much as 45% of electricity in 2020. So you can see we've taken this seriously. Energy, as you know, cannot be undermined as a key part of the manufacturing process, hence the need for having it at the forefront of the advocacy initiatives. Increased resources efficiency have included water, energy, raw materials, and process efficiency as one of the components that we address in our business advocacy, 2017-2019. The high cost of energy remains a constraint in manufacturing, as well as the quality of supply. The 2018 Manufacturing Priority Agenda, which aims at sparking industrial transformation for jobs, creating jobs, highlights access to secure, affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy as one of the top policy priorities for the industry. The government too, and we commend them, have prioritized manufacturing as one of the pillars in the Big Four for the next 5 years, and as industry, we applaud them for this renewed commitment. However, for industry to thrive, we need to excel in energy efficiency, policy, and institutional frameworks that support the growth. And as Kenya follows the rest of Africa towards industrialization and the path of a circular economy, it is prudent that as a nation we promote green growth and sustainable development. CAM, as you know, continues to champion for the adoption of critical tenets of sustainable development and green growth towards actualizing a green growth economy, including areas such as waste management initiatives, energy efficiency initiatives, water efficiency, green financing, and climate change. And as we shift to focus to sustainable development, the government, on the other hand, has a key role in creating and maintaining a conducive business environment for integrated success. With these few remarks, I now wish to commend the companies that participated and wish them well in the receiving of the awards. I will challenge those that have not competed because the benefits far outweigh the process. And I'm sure the ones who have participated year on year come back because of what it does to the bottom line. I would also like to acknowledge the Ministry of Energy and Kenya Power support and partnership over the years towards energy reliability and quality issues. Through this partnership, we've seen improved customer relations and increased engagement between the Kenya Power and our members across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening and all the best to the participants.
Thank you very much. For a big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise. Great. Please remember our hashtags, hashtag EMA 2018 and hashtag EMAKE. Take some selfies, tell people where you are, but keep your phones on silent, please, ladies and gentlemen. With that in mind, I'd now like to invite up Dr. Ken Tarus, the MD and CEO of Kenya Power. A big round of applause, please.
The CAS Minister of Energy, the PS Minister of Energy, the Chair, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, CEOs present, industry representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening once more. I'm honored this evening to speak to you on this very important occasion, the Energy Management Award. Energy management has significant contribution to the overall economic development through its noble objectives of resource conservation, climate protection, and cost savings. I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate the team of Kenya Association of Manufacturers, led by their CEO, Phyllis Wakiaka, for the good job they have been doing in the last few months for the benefit of the industry and in preparation of the Energy Management Award process. Kenya Power is very pleased to be a key supporter of this process and to be once again a leading sponsor of the EMA Awards, something that we have always done for years since the EMA Awards were initiated over 10 years ago. It is in a very special way our appreciation of the importance of promoting efforts in energy efficiency and management. Our commitment to energy management, continued investment in energy management programs have had significant energy and cost reduction implications in the industry. As we look into the future, Kenya Power commits to align with the national Peak 4 agenda of promoting manufacturing and affordable housing. We will continue to work closely with Kenya Association of Manufacturers in embracing their energy efficiency initiatives and partner with them to support industry. We commit to facilitating investments that will lead to provision of cost-effective electricity tariffs, which are key to sustainability for all. We will continue to enhance the quality and reliability of power supply, even as we endeavor to lower the cost of power. Similarly, we continue to encourage industry to maximize production efficiency and to carry out regular energy audits to lower their costs. On our end, we will accelerate infrastructure modernization and automation of projects so that we improve supply, in other words, the quality and reliability of our power supply, even as we increase access to electricity for socio-economic transformation to all. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all the players and the critical role that they have played in the industry, and I urge all of us to continue working together to promote energy efficiency. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. Whoop. All right, thank you very much. I have something of yours, but I'll give it to you in just a moment. I'd now like to invite our next speaker up to the podium, ladies and gentlemen. Pavel Oimeke, the CEO, rather, of the Energy Regulatory Commission. Please give Pavel a big round of applause. Pavel, please join me at the podium.
He said all our friends, leave me la vida loca.
The CAS is Professor Coletta Suda, the PS, Energy, Dr. Engineer Joseph, the Managing Director of Kenya Power, Dr. Ken Tarus, the Managing Director of Kengen, Ms. Rebecca Miano, the CEO for Nuclear Electricity, Collins Juma, the CEO for CAM, Phyllis Wakiaga, the Chair Lady of CAM, Mrs. Flora Mutai, the CAM Board of Directors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the 14th Energy Management Awards ceremony. The Energy Management Award ceremony was introduced as an annual event since 2004. This award entails a long process of events that span over 6 months. And up to the time winners are declared in a ceremony like this, we are witnessing today. The award is structured in a systematic way that entails vetting, validation, quality checks to identify suitable winners, 3 teams, namely the technical team, the panel of judges, and the advisory council review and present the work for all participants to decide the deserving cases. I therefore assure you that this is a credible process which goes a long way to encourage nature, mature continuous improvement in our way industry conducts business. Today we are celebrating the excellency in energy management, where the overall goal is to inspire facilities in the industry, commercial facilities, institutions to practice energy efficiency and conservation. The award also recognizes enterprises that have achieved outstanding energy savings and cost reduction through improved utilization of both thermal and electrical energy. I'm glad to observe that over the years, the entire manufacturing industry has embraced the practice by reaping benefits through their bottom lines. This is demonstrated through the increased number of energy audits handled by the Center for Energy Efficiency, which is domiciled at CAM. The rising number of organizations making inquiries and investing in alternative energy, and the increased number of trained and registered energy auditors locally from the time the award took off. As we embrace the Big Four agenda for the government, narrowing to manufacturing, affordable energy, and this efficiency use is a game changer that promises to increase local industries' competitiveness regionally and also internationally. This is captured clearly in the CAM Manufacturing Priority Agenda of 2018, pillar number 5, under the Green Growth and Sustainable Development. These are among the enablers for industrial transformation and job creation in the country. We are focused on contributing to the GDP growth from 9.2% as reported in 2016 to 15% by 2022. This will not happen without the resolve to excel in energy efficiency, adoption of green energy and pro-industry policy, institutional framework aimed at making the industry competitive, and creating a level playing ground for local manufacturers. Commercial and industrial consumers take up to 60% of all electrical power generated in the country. The savings made up over the years have contributed to overall power surplus we are experiencing presently, and therefore it's important to incentivize excellency in energy management. Last year, the industry reported energy savings of more than 700 million from a conservative end. This translates to approximately 13 billion in energy savings since EMA inception. We wish to thank the Ministry of Energy, the Energy Regulatory Commission, for remaining steadfast in support of this event and all energy management aspects that come along with this award. I must point out that this is their initiative drive from the manufacturer side. My gratitude goes to all the stakeholders who have worked with us in various capacities to make the manufacturing agenda move forward. This includes all our sponsors here today, the various government ministries, departments, development partners, the CAB members, consultants, and most importantly, all participants whom we have come to celebrate today. As I finalize, I wish to point out that we have a few concerns in the industry that we feel are very important, that we look at ways of addressing them. And one of the challenges we have in the energy sector is the issue of system losses. That's both technical and commercial losses. We're currently doing about 20%. This is a major worry to us. So I'm urging all stakeholders, Kenya Power, to look at ways of ensuring that the system losses are reduced. That is part of energy efficiency. I also want to emphasize that the Energy Regulatory Commission is very committed to support the Big Four agenda That is to both the energy users and also the generators. We are very keen to enable, to create an affordable, low-cost tariff that will support the Big Four agenda of the government. And this we shall do, we shall endeavor to achieve that. I also want to highlight that petroleum is also of a major concern to us as a country. We have many cases of fuel adulteration that is affecting this country. There is a lot of adulteration in terms of export products being diverted into the country, kerosene being diverted, being mixed with diesel. And as a commission, we are putting in measures that are going to hold the players who are found to have not complied responsible. I also wish to note that the LPG industry in this country is growing at a very fast pace. Last year, that's the end of 2016, we had a per capita consumption of about 2.8. By end of 2017, we are talking about a per capita of about 4.2. This is a tremendous growth, and I want to encourage the government. The ban on charcoal burning, I think, is going to stimulate LPG growth. I also wish to pass my regards to all the board members and the Secretariat for the time and effort accorded to this function. I wish to thank you all, and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Don't forget our hashtag, ladies and gentlemen. It's hashtag EMA 2018 and hashtag EMA KE. Make sure you take some selfies. Let everyone know where you are this evening. And of course, you can live tweet the winners as they win, which is right around the corner. But before that, I would now like to introduce up to the podium the PS in the Ministry of Energy, Engineer Joseph Njoroge, to join me at the podium. A big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up? Making money was the plan. And we go get them
Thank you. Allow me to recognize Professor Korete Suda, the CS in the Ministry of Energy, who is our chief guest tonight. Mrs. Flora Mutahi, the chair of the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Ms. Phyllis Wakega, the chief executive of KAM. All the energy sector CEOs, all the captains of the industry represented here, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. You have had a good meal. You have had some energy injected in you. You know, food is a source of energy. I was very impressed by the great ladies of Kenya Association of Manufacturers, because they took me back to the science of energy. And the science of energy is very interesting. And it explains why we are here celebrating those who have been able to deal with the science of energy in the right way. Let me start by saying that the genesis of this Energy Awards originates from a challenge. We are on the 14th year of the Energy Awards. We had a lot of problems with the energy adequacy in the country. And we had to think outside the box how we can be able to optimize the little energy that we had. And we started this program. And I'm so impressed that we have been able to save 14 billion Kenya shillings from as the cost of energy that the industries use. But more importantly, and that is where the science of energy comes, you have been able to minimize emissions. You have been able to minimize noise. You have been able to make the environment more friendly. Because the science of conservation of energy originates from a scientific theory that says that energy cannot be created or destroyed. You can only change energy from one form to another. So if you have an industry which requires lighting, like now we have lighting in this room. If there is heat that is produced which is not desired, we are losing energy. If you have noise in your industry which is not desired, you are losing energy. If you have heat, and I will dare say that most of you are saving the energy or optimizing the utilization of energy by making sure that you only convert the energy, the electrical energy that you are receiving, to what you need. Either it is a mechanical movement, or it is writing, or it is generation of a chemical. I am impressed by that colossal sum of money that you have saved, and I want to tell you that you have possibly saved much more in terms of conservation of environment, and I want to encourage you to continue conserving the energy. Allow me to also say that manufacturing is one of the big four, and we are proud to be an enabler ministry that focuses on creating an enabling environment for the industries and even for the lifestyle of the people. Whether it is universal health care, whether it is agriculture, in terms of food sufficiency, security, and nutrition, whether it is affordable housing, whatever it is, together with the manufacturing, energy is a very critical enabler in ensuring that we achieve our goals of the Big Four. And we are very proud to be making a big contribution to the Big Four. I want to say that manufacturing particularly, which uses the largest sum of energy, will benefit from the very many initiatives like what we are celebrating tonight. We launched the time of use about 3-4 months ago. I've just looked and seen that in those 3 months, those who have benefited from time of use have been able to save about 180 million Kenya shillings. Can you clap for yourself? And therefore, I want to conclude by saying it is only by thinking outside the box that we are going to make this narrative of energy conservation, energy optimization a reality. And I want to thank you all, those who will receive the awards. Those who will not receive will also learn the benefits of conserving the energy. I want to thank you all and congratulate you and wish you well as you pursue further conservation of energy in the years to come. Thank you very much. It is now my pleasure to invite our chief guest tonight, our Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry, Professor Korete Suda.
If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. No do, gotta.
I hope everybody has had a sumptuous dinner. I hope everybody is having a great time. Good evening, everyone. I want to begin by saying that I am extremely delighted to be part of this celebration. This is essentially my inaugural public function in the Ministry of Energy. And what a way to begin this journey with a celebration of those who have actually done everything the right way to ensure that we manage this invaluable resource in the most efficient manner. The PS in the Ministry of Energy, Dr. Engineer Joseph Njoroge, all the CEOs in our ministry, Madam Rebecca Miano of KenGen, Mr. Ken Tarus of KPLC, Dr. Collins Juma of Nuclear Energy, and Engineer Pavel Oimeke of ERC, Mrs. Flora Mutai, Chair, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, Madam Phyllis Wakiaga, the CEO of CAM, all the participants, senior public and private sector officials present this evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am greatly honored to have been invited to grace this occasion, the 14th Energy Management Awards organized by the Kenya Association of Manufacturers in partnership with the Ministry of Energy and other agencies. The Energy Management Awards is an annual event that promotes excellence in energy management in Kenya and recognizes enterprises that have achieved significant reductions in their energy consumption through implementation of efficient measures and technologies. We are all aware that energy is a significant enabler in achieving the Big Four agenda, as has been said by the previous speakers. We are committed to the provision of affordable, reliable, quality, and sustainable power, and this is evident in the various projects that various government agencies have embarked on, such as the Boresa Viwandani initiative by the Kenya Power, the development of various transmission lines by KETRACO, and the geothermal development being steered by KenGen. It is worth noting that we will soon transition our base load to geothermal from hydro. This is expected to bring the much needed power stability to our consumers. This is well in line with the Sustainable Development Goal, which calls for universal access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Our generation mix consists of renewable energy, which accounts for 68% of the installed generation capacity, though during good hydrology, the contribution of energy from renewable energy sources is well over 85%. We will increasingly enhance the share of renewable energy as we progress in developing our renewable energy sources. The biggest renewable gains in recent years have been in the power sector. Increasing renewable uses in the heating and transport sectors must be key immediate priorities as well. The Sustainable Energy for All initiative, led by the United Nations, has 3 objectives to be achieved by the year 2030, namely, ensuring universal access, doubling the share of renewable energy, and doubling the rate of energy efficiency. Improving energy efficiency has the clearest impact on saving money, improving business results, and fostering economic growth. It touches consumers in a variety of ways, from better refrigerators that cost the same but use less energy, to new vehicle designs that travel further on less fuel, and to buildings that require less energy for heating and cooling. The government reiterates its commitment to support the manufacturing sector grow in a more efficient and sustainable manner. It is in this regard that we support the Center for Energy Efficiency and Conservation housed at the Kenya Association of Manufacturers. Through our support and the support of other like-minded partners, the center has achieved significant milestones, which include: 1, carrying out more than 850 energy audits out of a total of 1,000 carried out nationally. And secondly, training of more than 400 energy managers. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, these achievements are no mean feat, as they have led to massive savings over the years. It is important to note that 67 companies participating in EMA this year have saved 724 million Kenya shillings in energy cost in 1 year. Cumulatively, these interventions have saved the industry close to 13 billion Kenya shillings for the last 14 years. This is highly commendable, and I take this opportunity to congratulate them and also encourage other companies to embark on this profitable journey of energy efficiency. I also want to thank the Kenya Association of Manufacturers for guiding industries in energy management. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to congratulate winners of the various categories of awards, and indeed all the participants for their commitment to energy efficiency and conservation. I want to encourage each and every one of you to keep it up. And with those few remarks, may God bless you and continue with a good job. Thank you.
Another big round of applause for Professor Coletta Suda, ladies and gentlemen. Right. It is now the time, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure you're using our hashtags, hashtag EMA 2018 and hashtag EMAKE. Make sure you are taking selfies. If your organization or business or company wins, you can live tweet and let them know. Brag, brag, brag into cyberspace. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Energy Management Awards 2018. That was the cue.
The Kenya Association of Manufacturers come through the Center of Energy Efficiency and Conservation, CEEC, with the support from the Ministry of Energy and Development Partners. DANIDA, through the Royal Danish Embassy in Kenya, has been organizing the Energy Management Award, EMA, since 2004. The program is aimed to encourage facilities, industries, commercial facilities, and institutions to practice energy management, conservation, by encouraging enterprises that have achieved outstanding energy saving and cost reduction through improved utilization of both thermal and electrical energy. Through EMA, most facilities have come up with creative and innovative ways to reduce energy consumption, which has also encouraged other companies to participate, thus reducing the overall energy consumption in the country. Participation in the award is open to all small to large-scale industries and the service sector. The categories of the 14th Energy Management Award of the 2018 is classified in the following categories: Overall Energy Management Award, Best Energy Management Team Award, Fuel Saving Award, Electricity Savings Award, Best Energy Management Award, Service Sector, Energy Innovation Award, Sustained High Performance Award, Best New Entrant Award, Most Improved Award. The cumulative report savings from EMA work to date are approximately Shillings 13 billion, where Shillings 0.7 billion an abatement of CO2 emissions report at 183,473 tons CO2 equivalent in 2017 alone.
Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let me hear that energy now. Are we ready? We're going to kick off these awards right now. Make some noise for 2018's Energy Management Awards. Are we ready? Yes. Now, here we go. The first category is the Best Most Improved Award. And with that in mind, we'd like to invite up to the podium Timot Rerol, the Director of Technology Division, Safaricom Limited. He will present the award. Timot, if you could join me up here, please. And here are your nominees.
Improved Award. This category seeks to award the most improved company in energy management. And the nominees are Osho Chemicals Industries Limited, Farmers Choice Limited, and Oil Kenya Limited.
The runner-up for the 2018 Energy Management Award in the Best and Most Improved category is Osho Chemical Industries Limited. Make some noise, get up here and get your award. If you did get the runners-up prize, make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. So let's just stay up here for the winner, of course. Thank you very much, Osho Chemicals Limited, runners-up. And the winner in the Best Most Improved category is Farmers Choice. Make some noise. Farmers Choice, the winner of the Best Most Improved category at the Energy Management Awards 2018. Big round of applause for Farmers Choice. All right, our next category for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is the Best New Entrant Award, Small and Medium Consumer. With that in mind, we'd like to invite Doritu Kabugi, the SC Director of Kenya Breweries Limited, up to present the award. So a round of applause for Doritu Kabugi, the SC Director of Kenya Breweries Limited. And here are the nominees.
Best New Entrant Award, Small and Medium Consumer. This category seeks to award the first timers, small and medium, who are demonstrating capacity in progressing energy management. The nominees are Ashton Apparel Limited, EPZ, Executive Residence by Best Western, Nation Media Group Limited.
We have Samuel Wiru on behalf of the SC Director of Kenya Breweries to present this award. This is the Best New Entrant Award, Small and Medium Consumer, the Energy Management Awards 2018. Here is the runners-up, ladies and gentlemen, the Nation Media Group Limited. Make some noise for the Nation Media Group Limited. Next representation of the group limited, ladies and gentlemen, runners up. The best United Awards Small and Medium Consumer. Alright, the winner in the Best New Entry Award Small and Medium Consumer is... Do we have a drum roll or something? No? Okay. Executive Residence by Best Western. Executive Residence by Best Western. The winner. Thanks to those for Executive Residence by Best Western, the winner in the Best New Entry Award, Small and Medium Consumer. Make some noise, give them some energy, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, moving swiftly along to the next category. This is the Best New Entrant Award for the Large Consumer. If I could have Raphael Deher from the French Development Agency up here to join me on stage. Raphael, if you come over here, thank you very much. And here are your nominees.
Best New Entrant Award, Large Consumer. This category seeks to award first-timers large consumers who are demonstrating capacity in progress in energy management. And the nominees are Sutik Highland Scheme, Aiba Africa Power East Africa Limited, Lady Class Works Limited.
Okay. The Best New Entrant Award. There we go. The runner-up is Aiba Africa Power East Africa Limited.
Hey, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes and tension. And everybody's watching her.
Next song, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, and the winner, that's right, the winner in the Best New Entrant Award Large Consumer category is, it's good, how long is it? Oh, there we go, Sutik Tea Company, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. project team coming, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the big prize. As we move on to our next category, the Best Energy Management Team Award. With that, I'd like to invite Lawrence Gadinji up to the stage, the Regional GM of Atlas Copco. Lawrence Gadinji, if you're with us, give her a quick round of applause, please. Not just his table, everyone. Come on, make some noise to Lawrence. Best Energy Management Team Award, here are your nominees.
Best Energy Management Team Award. This category seeks to award companies with a functional energy management team, a well-constituted team and their roles. And the nominees are Kumbaso Cement Limited, Hapo Tiger Brands East Africa Limited, Idle Power East Africa Limited, Sophic Tea Companies Limited,